Thanks, Peggy, and thank you all for coming to our research webinar on an introduction to the Texas Digital Archive, also known as the TDA. I'm Caroline, and I'm a reference archivist here at the Texas State Library and Archives Commission, also called TSLAC. In today's session, we're going to talk about what the TDA is, how to access electronic records on the TDA, and how to search and download from the TDA. First, a little bit about us. We're located in downtown Austin, Texas by the Capitol building. Our archives and reference reading rooms are open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. We're also open the second Saturday of each month. We always like to share an overview of our mission and the services and programs our agency provides to Texans. Today's webinar is part of our mission to provide Texans access to needed information. These are our 3 service areas. If you want to learn more about our agency, please visit our website. Now, let's get into the Texas Digital Archive. The Texas Digital Archive, commonly referred to as the TDA, manages, preserves, and facilitates access to electronic records collections of TSLAC, including those transferred by state agencies or those digitized by TSLAC. This includes born digital records, which means records created as electronic records. As you can see from the tiles on the screen, the TDA includes state government records, manuscript collections, prints and photographs collections, and more. Today, we'll briefly cover each of these sections, but we're only scratching the surface of what's in the TDA, so I encourage you to explore it after this webinar. It's important to note that only collections that have been fully or partially digitized are available on the TDA. All records visible are unrestricted and are available for public use. If you find a record in the TDA that will not display, or it displays a message concerning copyright, please contact us for access options, and we'll have our contact information in a later slide. We also want to note that some collections in the TDA may contain language, imagery, attitudes, and/or perspectives from the past that may be offensive today. TSLAC does not endorse the language, imagery, attitudes, and/or perspectives presented in the content, but provides it as a historical document. Let's start with government records. State government records include records of state agencies, state conventions and constitutions, governor's records, judicial records, legislative records, and state publications. Let's take a quick look at the state agency records available on the TDA. We'll start by clicking on the Texas State Agency's logo, which will direct us to the Texas State Agency's collections in the TDA. You'll notice when you click on tiles in the TDA, the tile will rotate and display more information. We have various state agencies represented here. Each agency has a web page that provides agency information and a description of the records available online. We'll click on the tile for Transportation, Texas Department of, for an example. In the description of the records for this agency, you'll see links to enter the records and to access the finding aid. Some records also include customized search pages, like the one shown here for text.right right-of-way division records. We'll talk more about customized search pages like this one later on in the presentation. Next, we have manuscript collections. Manuscript collections can be excellent resources documenting cultural, social, political, and the economic history of Texas. These types of collections at TSLAC include papers of private individuals and public officials, as well as records of churches, businesses, and social and welfare organizations. What you're seeing now are just a few examples of the manuscript collections available online. The sizes of these collections vary from single items, like the famous William Barrett Travis letter written from the Alamo, to several thousand documents. As you can see, we have many different manuscript collections available in various types of formats, including audio-visual, diaries, scrapbooks, drawings, and more. Our prints and photographs collection includes over 750,000 original photographs and prints in a variety of processes and formats, like daguerreotypes, ambrotypes, engravings, lithographs, and many more. What you're seeing now are just some examples of the prints and photographs available on the TDA. Most of these materials relate to Texas government, Texas history, individuals, and events. Not all of our prints and photographs collections are available on the TDA, so if you're interested in a particular collection and are unable to find it online, please let us know. You can also find tips for searching prints and photographs collections at TSLAC in our 2021 research webinar, Introduction to Photographic Resources at the Texas State Archives. Past webinars are available online. You might notice some of these collection titles look familiar from the previous manuscript collections page. These are collections which include both manuscript materials and prints and photographic materials. The Sam Houston Regional Library and Research Center is part of TSLAC's Archives and Information Services Division. It serves as the official regional historical resource depository for 10 Southeast Texas counties and holds over 12,000 cubic feet of archival materials, including government records, manuscript collections, and prints and photographs collections. These collections shown here are also found in the previous government, manuscript, and prints and photographs sections we just discussed. But this page is helpful for researchers who might be interested in only reviewing collections specifically held by the Sam Houston Center. If you're interested in learning more about the Sam Houston Center, check out our recorded Introduction to the Sam Houston Regional Library and Research Center from earlier this year in our past webinars. Special format collections are unique collections of materials brought together based upon special characteristics of the items. Currently, the special format collections include our artifacts collection, broadsides and printed ephemera, and Texas constitutions. Now I'm going to briefly touch on some additional resources that are available in the TDA. The topics section includes collections cross-referenced for a specific historical time period. Currently, our topics pages include the Republic of Texas, the Civil War, and World War I. The reference tools section of the TDA includes customized search pages for specific collections, like we talked about before, search tips, help topics, and indexes to specific collections, and a scavenger hunt to explore collections and learn how to navigate the TDA. The online exhibits page is a listing of our online exhibits. Our past and current lobby exhibits also include an online exhibit component. The other online collections page highlights digitized materials that are not available directly in the TDA. Most of these collections were digitized prior to the establishment of the TDA. I also want to point out some helpful features on the menu bar at the top of the page. The New and Updated tab provides information about new and updated materials within the TDA. We're frequently adding materials, so be sure to check this page out. The Need Help tab has 3 web pages: TDA Search Help Topics, FAQs, and Contact Us. Search Help Topics include the basics of the TDA, searching, understanding search results, and special topics, including searching for prints and photographs and searching for Civil War military roles. The FAQs cover frequently asked questions concerning searching, copying content, and general information. The More About tab has 5 corresponding web pages: subject terms, about file formats, transferring electronic records, about the TDA, and restrictions and requirements. Now that you know more about what the TDA is, let's access some electronic records. Let's go through an example. So you can start by clicking Explore the Texas Digital Archive or by clicking on a specific tile. We're going to go to Explore the Texas Digital Archive, then click on Manuscripts, and we're going to select the 36th Infantry Division Association papers. There's a few things to point out on this page. The section in gray near the top of the page provides the metadata for these materials. Metadata gives specific details about a collection or item, like dates and subjects. You can click Show More to see all information. You'll see this particular collection is organized into 3 parts. You can click on these individual sections or select View Gallery. You can also search within the collection from this page. When you're viewing images in the TDA, you have the option to zoom in and out to see the entire image. You'll also notice that materials on the TDA include our watermark. If you need to request unwatermarked images for publication or exhibit, please contact us and we'll be happy to help you. Next, we're going to explore options to search and download from the TDA. You have the options to search all of the TDA or search within specific collections. Let's try searching all of the TDA for Austin. So searching for Austin, we get 775,927 results, which is a lot. So we might want to refine that. We can refine our search using the options located on the left-hand side of the page. There's lots of options to refine your search, including collection category, date, content type, collection, creator, contributor, type, medium, geographic coverage, subjects, and legislative session. Let's narrow things down a bit and select 1830s for the date. So refining that way, now we only have a single page of results instead of the 3,000 pages we had a second ago. If we want to filter for results that contain the word Austin in the item title, I can do that using this filter option right here. So we have a few less results, and now I want to view and download an act to incorporate the city of Austin. I'm going to click on it to view the digitized item. And once the page is loaded, I'll click the arrow pointing down, located above the metadata section, to download the entire document. The PDF file will now download to my computer. So we've covered a lot of information just in this time, and you may have more in-depth questions than what we can cover in the Q&A or that we've covered right now. You're welcome to contact us by mail, phone, or email. Our standard response time is 7 to 10 business days, but please let us know if you have a deadline for your request that requires a response sooner, and we'll do our best to work within your timeline. When contacting us, it's helpful to provide as much information as possible, like if you know a collection title you're interested or box numbers, so that we can better assist you. but it's okay if you don't have that information. Just let us know what you're researching and we can point you in the right direction. If you're interested in collections at our Sam Houston Regional Library and Research Center in Liberty, Texas, we recommend that you contact them directly. If you're interested in any of the specific images featured in this presentation, I have the citations here. All of them were downloaded from the TDA. So to summarize, today we've completed an overview of the Texas Digital Archive and the types of collections and resources it holds, accessing the electronic records, and searching and downloading functions. Thank you so much. I hope this has been helpful to you.